Loving the Christmas jingle.
Bit of Christmas action for you.
Welcome to episode 19 of the. I tell
who's
you what.
that?
I tell you what.
Unbelievable.
Of the world's number one KORG podcast.
Yes.
It's Christmas.
It is.
Obviously, you guys didn't get the memo about wearing Christmas jumpers.
I think only you got the memo by the looks
It's
of
only
it.
me.
I think you sent the memo and received the memo to yourself.
Absolutely. I've even got a little Jingle Bells app on my phone.
What?
Have you seen? Yeah, look. There we go.
Great.
So
Very good.
I came
You've got a picture on
prepared,
there.
thinking that you wouldn't have an app, a jingle with jingles on it, and you have. So
When has Luke ever not turned up with the appropriate jingle?
well, let's wait
Shall
until we get to.
Shall we do the whole episode and
because
see
you've
if
had that
You say
mistake
that
before.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
So anyway, welcome. For those of you for the first time watching us on YouTube,
oh yes.
Should we give
there
him
we
a
are.
wave?
It'll give you a little wave. Hello.
Hello.
There we go. For those of you that aren't, doesn't matter because we're still here anyway. So anyway, we're in December. It's nearly Christmas.
We are.
What have we got to talk about? So what I want to talk about first of all.
Go on then.
After last month's podcast, we talked about a particular year. We talked about a particular games console. We talked about a particular game, and we've had a bit of.
of course. I wasn't with you, but now I'm completely with you.
Somebody
Was I in the last podcast? Because I'm completely lost still.
We talked about GoldenEye.
Oh yes, we did. You're right.
So
correct.
Lee from Sonic State, friend of the show, sent me a little tweet saying, "Oh, I've got GoldenEye in my N64. I'm getting it out, whatever." And anyway, we had a bit of banter over Twitter, as you do, and they've challenged us to a GoldenEye shoot-off.
Game on.
Oh, my
KORG
word.
versus Sonic State.
Oh, that's
Now, I'm not going to
serious.
lie, we're going to annihilate them.
We will. Yeah.
But I'm now obviously on video and on audio. I'm throwing down the gauntlet. Let's organise this and let's do
has
it
to
for
happen.
charity.
It has to happen. Yeah.
Oh, there's my jingle. So obviously I tweeted about it, and Caroline, again from My Vaults, friend of the show, joined in, said, "Oh, great idea."
She's well up for it.
And I said, "Well, what team are you on?" And she's like, "Well, I'm totally on Team microKAST," because she
There we
knows.
go.
She
There we
knows.
go.
She's seen me play Jet Set Willie on her Spectrum, so she knows my
she knows the calibre she's dealing
my
with.
gamer
Yeah.
status. So Lee, if you're listening, Sonic State, get on it.
We need
Challenge
to make
us.
it happen.
The gauntlet has been dropped. So anyway, on to KORG news.
Wow. Okay. How can you follow that?
Oh, hang on.
Well, I can
Jingle.
follow that. Oh, I've got. Oh, of course, yeah.
Jingle.
Oh, sorry.
Here we go.
Jingle.
Here it comes.
Oh, I need to get my jingle out.
Play along. Yeah.
Careful.
KORG
Yes.
news.
It's actually working.
So, news. Well, the first bit of news is now we're on YouTube.
We are.
And you can watch us as well as listen to us. We're at KORG Towers in our little artist suite that we've got,
Yeah.
and we're surrounded by various bits of goodies. And there's that thing behind me.
Yeah, just
so
don't move around too much.
I know
You
I'm
might fall
frightened
down.
it's going to hit me on the head or something.
So
but
it's only 1 of 5. You'll be fine. So
Yeah.
just look
So-
after it.
Luke, do you want to tell us what this is that's behind me? Because I bet lots of people haven't seen this before.
It's
And describe it as well
Yeah.
for our audio listeners,
yeah,
of
for the
course.
audio listeners, it's basically a massive blackboard MS-20, and I think there are only 20 made in the world, which we
Wowzers.
have 2, which is quite amazing.
Mm.
And it was originally developed to teach synthesis, and obviously the MS-20 is a perfect platform to do that because it's semi-modular, so you have your kind of stuff on the left-hand side where you've got all your knobs to alter all the different things like the oscillators, the filters, the envelopes, LFOs and so on, and then on the right-hand side you've got a patch panel. And it's just the coolest thing ever. It's got a keyboard built into it, it's got a little speaker built into it.
It's awesome.
And so if Adam gets a bit bored and he wants to tweak out a few filters while we...
So yeah, so maybe I
Recording,
think
we can
what
do
we
that.
need to do is feature that in another episode.
We
'cause it is
we
so
really-
cool,
we
isn't
need
it?
to go
It
there.
does still
Yeah.
work, and
Yeah.
it's one of. Let's say we've got 2. So that's quite amazing.
Yeah.
Could do dueling MS-20s.
Yeah, good idea. Does it have a name? What was the name? Does it have like a? Is it just like?
MS-20 Black.
Was that what it was?
Yeah, but it is literally the same architecture, same sounding, same components as an original MS-20. Yeah.
So there you go. So there it is behind me.
So that's the main news of the month.
In front of me is my little Nintendo Switch. I've waved that under Ian's nose to try and get a gadget code. It's not worked yet.
Still waiting.
But I'm still waiting for my code. We've not got John with us this time because we've used all that interview. And
You should have said that at the end because like everyone's now switching off.
That's
waiting
right,
to
yeah.
hear from John.
well, you know,
Hello?
Dropping like
it was an
flies.
amazing
Anyone?
opportunity, and again, I want to send our thanks to John for that.
Mhm.
And John, if you're listening, can you get me a switch code for Gadget? I'd really appreciate it.
You're really throwing that net out there, aren't you?
Yeah,
It's going
I
wide.
bought one,
You've got it, yeah.
you know,
Especially.
not especially, and it was just an amazing.
It is
you
an
know,
exciting
cannot
thing, to be
wait!
honest.
I'm so excited. So that's that.
Well, actually, while we're talking about that, what he's talking about Gadget as well, is that Native Instruments have also enabled us to use their new controllers
Yes,
with our
that's
Gadget
right.
as well.
Yeah.
So
and it's on the screen.
it's
and
on the screen,
everything.
like on the
Yeah,
machine, and on the controller keyboards, the new ones. You actually can see the plug-in if you're using it like that. So that's
Really
really,
nice,
cool.
really cool.
It's really
So
nice.
that's
So
cool.
we've had a new update of Gadget that does that.
And I guess the biggest update for this month is we've kind of just slide in there a little mini log
Yep.
update.
Yeah,
A new
Special
colour.
edition, very nice.
Yeah, a PG.
and it looks great.
It looks amazing.
I love the kind of shiny finish to it.
Yeah, so it's a different.
Really
It's exactly the same.
Yeah.
Same price, same everything. It's just a different colour. So it's like a gunmetal grey, platinum grey, and it's got like a black ash wooden bit at the back.
And they're out there in the wild.
Yeah,
So
we've
go
gone
and have a
left.
look
They've
at
all
them.
gone. The
Yeah.
limited edition. So the dealers have them. Find them out and buy them.
Very important question then. Which one would you go for? We've not done that for a while. Original or special?
For me,
edition?
I've said it before. I'm not a fan of colours. I always prefer the original. But that's really cool.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't know what
I think with the up and coming Star Wars thing as well, the whole potential grey jet.
I really
you know.
like the top panel of the new one and the old back wood of
Yeah,
the old one.
yeah.
So I want a hybrid.
just to be awkward.
Bit fussy.
No, but it looks really, really cool. So check that out. So they're in stores now. Obviously, with being December, I think it's just the calm before the storm. Because
much,
obviously
yeah.
NAMM's around the corner. There's some synthesizer shows happening in Japan, etc. So who knows what we'll see.
Know some things are coming. So
So we're a bit light on news.
We are.
But I just want to take the opportunity to. We've had some reviews actually,
We
haven't we?
have.
Let's talk about
Yes.
them. We've had a couple of reviews.
We've had a review from my good friend Robin as well, haven't we? Who is now,
Yeah.
of course, your friend because you didn't. Am I right in saying that you got to go with him at the KORG Hangouts?
he was at one of the KORG hangouts we
I
did.
couldn't
yeah.
make it, sadly.
No, I
Yeah.
couldn't make it either. I'll
Yeah.
tell you what, this is happening now. It's unreal, this, isn't it? And you know the good thing is,
It's
that's
not-
the
it's not me.
office.
Is it?
That's the office calling me from next door. They
Do
know
they not-
where we are.
They don't
I've
know
now
we're
put it
in
on
the middle
silent.
of a podcast.
No, well, exactly.
Yeah.
Off you go.
Yeah.
So, shall we? What are the reviews, Luke?
Well, this one's quite interesting,
Mm.
and this is left on iTunes. It was called "No More Warehouse." It was left by a guy who works in the. Adam's shaking his head now, head in his hands. He
Go
didn't-
on. What's the review?
He said, "Love the podcast."
Oh, right. I'll let him off then.
It's a good start.
Good start.
It's very entertaining and full of interesting facts, but gutted there will be no more background noises from that amazing warehouse team when you move to the new venue.
Well, that's the thing, you see, because we did talk about moving to a new venue.
Was that Josh?
Yeah.
I've just realised something that we can do now that we've never been able to do before.
What?
Well, this is live. Right, stay
Yeah,
there.
go get him.
As you were. Carry on.
Go and get him. Yeah. So we did talk about moving, and that's still on the cards. But obviously we're down for the sales meeting, for a Christmas party, etc., etc. So I thought we'll do it while we're here. But what we're going to try and do is trying to find a few different formats.
Yeah.
So today we're filming you from up there. Next time we might film you from over there. Next time we might be somewhere else.
It's a bit of a little trial.
Yeah,
really,
we're
isn't
just
it?
kind of running with it. And
But what he's actually asked a very interesting and important question: will there still be a podcast version for people to listen
here
to?
he
like
is!
private- Yes.
Hey! Here's our review. Come in. You're on camera. Come in. Come on in. Wave to the camera. There he is. There's Josh. He left us a review.
I did.
Yeah. So
You can go now.
you can, that was it. But thank you for your reviews. Very kind.
Thanks for that, guys.
It's all right. Take care. Merry Christmas.
He's according to his sign-off, he's our friendly neighbourhood warehouse supervisor.
Yeah, it's legend in the warehouse.
Yeah.
So that's young Josh. So what other reviews have we had?
Got? We have. Let's have a look here. It's in the other group, so
Just quickly, because we're on camera. Am I the only one trying to hold my stomach in right now, or is everyone else doing that?
I do it daily, mate.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
He's like, do you know what?
it's a permanent.
Word
What's
gets
going
round that you're doing it on a video,
And
and
then
they
everyone
start
wants to get
messing
involved.
around. Do you know what? We're not doing it here again.
Unbelievable.
We're not doing it here ever again.
So unprofessional, isn't it?
It's
You
so
know,
unprofessional.
shocking behaviour.
Yeah. Merry Christmas to you too.
Grief.
Loving it. For those of you who
Can't get
can't
the staff.
see what's going on, we've got Christmas trees going by the windows.
Yeah,
and
they're
all
just acting, as they say up north, playing goat.
the same Bolton, yeah. Is that what they say?
Well, I'm sure they do say it in Bolton, but obviously from not being from Bolton, I wouldn't know. Nige, before you comment.
Other brands are available.
Yeah. So go on, have we got this review?
Yeah,
or
sorry.
is
This is the guy. What?
this podcast is going downhill fast. We've now got another member of the team walking past. Yeah. Yeah.
It's he's dressed up as a regional character. I think it's fair to say, isn't it?
And it's not Wales and it's not Ireland.
Yeah,
so, yeah,
Or England,
yeah.
or Germany. Yeah.
Anyway, it's back
Right,
to the reviews.
back to the reviews.
Robin Tyndall is the guy you were talking about. Who came
Yeah,
to hang
that's
out.
right.
And he's said, sublime from start to finish. That has left me laughing down the road, receiving some funny looks, like I'm an escaped loony.
There we go.
Top marks, waiting for the next one. Also, while obviously very much in KORG's favour, what with it being made by 3 pretty high up members, that's us apparently.
Tell you what,
He's right.
It's great that it isn't super pushy on KORG products and the show isn't just a 1 hour super adverts.
no, it's not.
No, and that's kind of what we were going for in the
Yeah,
beginning. to be
unless
honest.
it's for Gadget for Switch, of course,
Yeah.
which will be an hour long.
Adam talks about every minute.
Yeah, which Luke and I won't be in.
Yeah, that'll be my
We
episode.
won't get a word in.
So that's reviews.
There's one more.
Oh, we've got
Sorry.
another one.
This is on iTunes as well. Thus far, each episode has been on par with opening a box of Jaffa cakes to find Lady Luck's bestowed the amazing 7th Jaffa.
Who's that?
I don't know. Always brings a smile on the walk to the studio or even rewiring a studio or live rig. Hope to see many more. For now, it'll be a YouTube thing as well, legends have told, as well as hearing them.
There we go.
Goodness me, that's on another level, isn't it?
I'll tell you
The
what.
bestowed 7th Jaffa.
I don't
is
know
something
what
I never thought I'd
quite
hear.
he was on before he actually wrote
Jaffa
that.
cakes,
it's really-
probably.
I want
yeah.
some.
What did we have a name for that one? Is it other than Jaffa Lover?
Talonthorn.
Talonthorn.
Sounds like something out of Skyrim.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it? Yeah.
Here cometh the Talonthorn. He fetcheth the Jaffa.
I'll tell you what.
God, we haven't even started drinking yet. It's our Christmas party tonight.
It's our
isn't
Christmas
it?
party tonight, yeah.
This,
So there we
this whole
go.
episode could just be an outtake.
So
Let's say.
obviously, if you want to try and beat that review, obviously leaving the 5 stars because you can't get more than that. But you know, maybe in the quality of your review, head over to iTunes, click write review, click 5 stars, and write whatever you want.
Yeah.
There we go.
They're starting to rack up now, so thanks very much.
Yeah,
for you,
yeah, please, yeah, it's
fans out
amazing, and obviously you can leave your review on iTunes. You can tweet us. All our sites at microKAST. We've got at KORG Luke. We've got at Andy KORG UK and at Adam KORG UK.
And of course, we've got an email address as well.
Got an email address, microkast@korg.co.uk.
We do.
We do answer your emails, kind of, because we've still promised people that we're going to get them on the show, and we haven't done yet, so I apologise for that. It will happen.
Yes.
It will happen. We saw Running Nige the other day, didn't we?
Did
you weren't there. I was there.
Yes.
It was-
I saw the picture.
Yeah, I've been doing some... what have I been doing?
clubs.
No, it was concerts.
Oh, that's
with
right,
Pete
yeah, with
Shaw.
Pete Shaw.
Pete Shaw,
Yeah.
the legendary Pete Shaw,
Yeah.
who's generally always on our September episode, as he was this year. He was doing a bit of playing, a bit of swooning, and Running Nige turned up at the concert.
Is
Gate-
Running
gate
Nige?
crashing.
Is this Nige who said you were from Bolton?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, big fan of Running Nige.
Yeah, yeah.
Was it in Bolton?
Yeah.
The actual thing.
It was in Oldham.
So
So
it's near.
Is that
well,
different?
Yeah.
Okay.
So hi to Running Nige. Thanks again. Great to meet you. And again, someone else that's desperate to get on the show, and he's got some great stories as well. So about gear.
Oh yeah, and
issues
also of course Neil Wharton,
yes,
who
yeah,
actually
of course.
bought a mini log the other day.
Yeah, that's right, friend of the show.
And I hand delivered it to him. He was very chuffed
I tell
with
you
that.
what, see, that's the service. If you buy a product from a dealer, just ask the dealer to call Luke to deliver it.
Yeah,
and he
absolutely. He'll just do it.
Yeah.
So that's.
So I'm not very busy already.
So a friend of the
I've
show,
got time to do that,
Luke, delivered a product to a customer's house. You don't get that.
Ooh.
Kind of. My mic's going to go a bit funny
It's gone back
today.
to I think you just need to chill out.
What, and not talk?
Yeah, it's gone back to normal now.
Yeah, it's weird, isn't it?
Yeah.
So anyway, yeah. So that was Neil. So great to hear from Neil.
And he gave me 2 punches. So the first
Give
one,
you what?
2 punches. He
You
punched
said
me.
toe punches.
Did I? 2 punches.
Double punch to the toe.
Yeah.
Ow.
Because the first
2
one was
punches,
for making him buy a Kronos, and the second one was for making him buy a mini log. So
Well,
You've
Sorry,
literally
Neil.
made his life better.
yeah,
So,
I have.
yeah, you
yeah.
have. You have
That should have been a
indeed.
cuddle, not a punch, but that would have been more uncomfortable.
It was like a friendly punch.
Oh, okay.
Kind
Yeah,
of.
yeah.
Right. Okay. Great.
So there we
So
go.
that kind of runs
well
our
done.
first news section to a close. As you can see, I am no brew, so I think shall we go get a
Brewless.
brew,
That's a very
Yeah.
good point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and then
Hashtag
we'll crack
brew.
on.
Yes.
We'll
So-
see you in a few minutes. Ta for now. Right then.
Right.
Cool. Right.
Are we live? Are we doing it? We're
We're
jumping
live, yeah.
straight. So
Yeah, go
there
on.
we go. So we just had a brew. It was nice. So we're back. What are we on? Chronology.
We're on Chronology.
There we go.
Let me
Um,
just get the jingle ready. Hang on a minute.
Right.
So it's a special one.
A special one.
Yeah.
Why is it a special one?
You're here.
Oh, I'm excited.
Special.
KORG
It's got a jingle bells. Loving it.
Oh, it's very good. Well done.
Very Christmassy, isn't it? Yeah. So this time we are going back in time to 1979.
Oh,
Ooh,
wow.
that's a way back.
That's a
Yeah,
fantastic
way
year.
back. Yeah, and it's the KORG CX-3
Excellent.
because we kind of missed that out in
Yeah,
our
we did.
excitement
Yeah.
when we were going through all the years. But it's actually a really important product. It was launched in 1979 and it was $1,340. And it was also followed by the dual manual BX3 organ in 1980, so the following year. So in that same year, 1979, also saw the ARP Quartet, the Casio VL1, the Fairlight CMI, the KORG Delta, Lambert, Sigma, and Rhythm 55, and SM20 drum machines, the Moog Prodigy, and Vocoder, the Oberheim OBX, very famous synth, Roland Jupiter 4, RS09, nice string synth, the System 100M by Roland as well, and the Yamaha CS15D, 20M, 40M. So
Awesome.
lots coming out. That
So
year.
if you toured the clubs in 1979, you probably saw Pete Shaw with every one of them on a rack.
surrounded by them, yeah,
Yeah.
probably. So the CX3 and the BX3, the dual manual one, were widely regarded as the most realistic analog emulations of the Hammond organ.
Yeah.
Because at that time, obviously, the Hammond was reigning supreme in the organ
Yeah.
world. Obviously, there was Vox Continental as well, but
Yeah.
very different sound. Whereas what the CX3 was trying to do was to emulate that Hammond sound, but in a smaller kind of footprint and make it more portable. So they're very attractive to players looking for that Hammond tone, but in a more portable form, as I just said.
Yeah.
So it had 61 notes on it. It had a waterfall keyboard, so it had that really lovely kind of action where you can do nice little glissandos and not cut your hand when you're doing it, which is always a bonus. 9 drawbars on there, 3 preset buttons where you could save your registrations, rotary controls on switches, percussion with volume and decay knobs, key click level control, bass and treble EQ, tuning and overdrive knobs, and the BX3, the dual manual one, also had optional pedals as well,
Yeah,
which
yeah.
Adam would have loved, I'm sure.
Still do. Now, just while we're on that, my mic again, giving it some.
Keep going.
But no one does them anymore. Do you know you can't buy a MIDI pedal unit for under £1,000 now?
No,
And
we were saying about that before with the Vox
yeah, of
Continental,
course you
weren't
were. We're
It's
missing a
true,
trick.
though. No, it's true.
We need to do some. We
Yeah.
need to do some
Yeah.
pedals.
Yeah.
you know, and obviously Vox Continental's out there. There's a load of, you know, hybrid organ keyboards out there that people buy. But not only that, there's the home organ market, PA4X, Yamaha products, etc. Nobody can buy pedals anymore.
No.
So it would be a MIDI thing, not like a tone generator?
No, just a set of,
yeah.
of MIDI pedals.
Right.
So just a MIDI controller that's pedals.
Yeah.
Make them, you know, standard 1 octave. Have them for about 400 or 500 quid.
Jobs are good.
And clean up.
There we go.
So, as we know, the Hammond sound, a massive kind of part of that sound is the Leslie speaker kind of thing coming in. So, actually, this CX-3 was often used in conjunction with a real Leslie speaker. Although it did have a Leslie simulation effect built in, this effect kind of at that time was probably quite good, but looking back, it was nowhere near as good as the kind of emulations we have now, and obviously not as good as a real Leslie. But it was cool to have it built in anyway, as an option. As musical trends changed in the early to mid-80s, the organ sound kind of losing its appeal because you have things like the DX7 coming out.
Yep.
So obviously things going more synth-based, more digital, and they started to dominate the live scene. And they also went in the studio, of course, because they had MIDI on them from 83 onwards.
Yeah.
So that was a massive thing from a recording point of view and programming. But the CX-3 actually continued until 1991.
Wowzers.
So it had a long run. Ceased production actually because the Siemens SM304 chip inside, it actually became obsolete, so they couldn't make them anymore anyway.
It's mad that, because that kind of ties into what John was saying about the
components and
exactly. Yeah, he
where
did.
the components eventually will just become so rare that you
can't do it anymore.
You can't make them anymore
Yeah.
and sustain that price point. So that is interesting.
And obviously that chip was kind of integral to the sound of it, so hard to replace it really. Hammond themselves also launched an XB2 at that time, around that time, which was an updated, improved version of our CX-3 basically. So obviously that said Hammond on it as well, so it's quite hard to battle against that really. But the story doesn't end there. KORG reissued the CX-3 in the year 2000.
I remember, we used to sell it.
Yeah, they were. So, but this time it was using tone wheel organ modelling and cost £17.99, so it's £1,799. It brought the CX-3 into the digital domain, and obviously it had many advantages, including patch memories, an LCD screen for editing, and a brilliant new effects section as well. So the 2000 version had a different layout and added a few controls, including the screen with patch memories below it and vibrato, chorus, and reverb controls. There were actually 2 sets of 9 broad drawbars on this one, and they could be used for key split, or so you could split the keyboard and have 2 different organ sounds. Or you could have a second keyboard via MIDI, and then you've got your 2 kind of manuals, and use those 9 drawbars, 2 sets of 9 drawbars for the 2 manuals. But what KORG did was they also, in true KORG style, they pushed the boundaries, and they introduced a new EX mode, they called it, where you could add a further 4 footages beyond what was on original Hammond organs and control them with drawbars. So this EX drawbar mode was available as a single manual sound only, with the first 4 of the second set of drawbars acting as extra harmonics that could produce new and unique organ sounds. So the remaining 5 drawbars in this mode can also be used to recall 5 more percussion settings. All of these controllers also transmitted MIDI, so it was a great MIDI controller as well. So this is just mad, because they took the amazing Hammond kind of sound and then took it into new directions.
So for any non-organ players like myself, you said it has 4 extra footages. Yeah. That to me sounds like it's just a bit longer, but I'm sure that's not what it means. So
imagine a church organ.
Yeah.
And imagine that behind your little church organ, you've got a set of pipes.
Yep.
And each different pipe is a different length.
Yep.
And every one of those pipes gives a different sound, obviously.
So obviously the big ones
4
different the lower pitches.
That's harmonics.
Okay, so a drawbar, obviously, all it is a volume control for each one of those pipes, and that's how you create a sound.
Yeah.
So when you've got more footages, you've got more pipes.
Okay. Cool.
So the EX ones are really short pipes, if you like. So really high pitched harmonic type sounds. So it's just really cool.
Amazing.
The way they did that. Also had effects built in, so you had chorus, vibrato, reverb, amp modelling, and rotary effects. The signal path could be altered to change the reverb position, which is quite interesting. The rotary speaker effect had 17 parameters. So it really went into complete detail about these the Leslie speaker kind of modelling, and it could model, and it also covered all the aspects of miking up a twin rotor Leslie, such as a 147 or a 122 RV, which were the two kind of standard models. Registrations could be saved into 64 normal memories and 64 EX memories. So they're obviously the ones with the extra drawbars.
Yep.
So 8 banks of 8 for each. It also added connections from the original 1979 version. So stereo output this time, MIDI in and out and through, and 3 pedal inputs for different kind of pedals.
Sorry, I was just looking then. Do you know, the thing is, with when you've got like a set of 9 drawbars, do you know how many possible sound combinations?
There's loads, aren't there? Yeah, I do remember seeing it, but there's so many, isn't it?
Well, have a guess. How many? How many do you think?
Hundreds of thousands or something.
Yeah. 300 million.
Is it as many as that?
300 million.
Because each one has 9 positions.
Yeah, and then obviously you've got 9 different ones. Apparently,
and there's no right button, is there? That's the thing. You can't write that and remember it. That's
well, I was always taught you learn the shape.
Yeah,
I remember.
So you know what I mean, like a valley or a mountain or whatever, like with a graphic EQ, I guess, for people.
That it's a similar sort of concept. Yeah, because we're talking about that with the Continental, with that lovely new graphic display. Yeah. You can have your smiley face and everything. So there was also a double manual BX3. So the kind of double manual version of it that came out in 2003. And that was £2,995, so £3,000.
Did we do pedals for that?
It does. I don't think so.
I don't think we did, because I remember selling that, and you had to get MIDI pedals from somewhere else or whatever.
When I was researching this, I was reading some of the original reviews from Sound on Sound from the new ones, the 2000 ones. And that was one of the things they said. If only it had some pedals available, it would have been even better.
There we go. So, if only we did pedals.
Yes.
If only.
If only.
But anyway.
Yeah. Moving on. So the Oasis then came out. And that was in 2005. So that was actually the first software reimagining of the CX-3.
Yeah.
So that actually had the CX-3 built into its architecture.
I'll tell you what's scary, that the Oasis was 2005.
I was just thinking that, because I remember it coming out.
That makes me feel really old.
That's so scary. Yeah.
You're not old.
No, but you know, sometimes you think, it was only a few years ago, that, or whatever.
But it wasn't. It was
like,
actually
12 years. Yeah. It's like, my God.
So both models, the CX-3 and the BX3, the new ones, they ran until 2011.
Wow.
But they actually came to a finish because, do you know what came out in 2011? That had that technology in it and still runs today.
Chronos.
Chronai, yeah. So the first Chronos came out. Which obviously included the CX-3 engine. And then in version 2.1, in 2013, came out of the Chronos, and that saw an upgrade to the engine even further.
Yeah, that's right.
So great new signature patches created by artists including Tom Coster, Keith Emerson, Lonnie Smith, and so on. And then at the end of here, I've got Vox Continental and Grand Stage written down. And I've no idea why. Oh yeah, of course, because they've got the engine in it as well. Yeah.
What would be interesting,
Vox Continental and Grand Stage.
You know, the organ we have.
But what is interesting though is I wonder if the Chronos again will get another update, having the new Vox Continental sound.
That's quite interesting, because it doesn't have that in, does it?
So, I wonder if it would.
But obviously, both the Continental and the Grand Stage do have the CX-3 engine in there as well. So it's still very, very highly regarded as a Hammond emulator. CX-3. It's right up there. So notable artists who have used it over the years: Manfred Mann, Marillion, Adam Wakeman, Dream Theater, Jules Holland, amongst others. So so it's mega.
Yeah.
You talking about the Leslie speaker? I don't know if I've ever told you this story about when I got to. It was the only time I've ever actually heard a Leslie speaker live.
Really?
And when I was working back in the store in Southend, got a phone call from John Henry's.
Yeah.
Where we've recently done the Google Hangouts, and they were trying
doing the what?
The Google Hangouts.
Google Hangouts.
Google Hangouts. That's wrong, isn't it?
That's a document.
That's a document, isn't it? Yeah. Well, we did that while we were doing the KORG Hangouts. Just looked at some documents, but no, sorry, the KORG Hangouts, I should say. Other search engines are available. We got a phone call from John Henry's basically saying we need a Triton because the MD of the Funk Brothers, as in basically the band that are the sound of Motown, need a Triton. But this was about 10 years, or probably 5-6 years after they'd stopped. Yeah. Obviously, being a Triton owner, I was like, well, I'll help you with that. So I had to go down hand deliver it. And the guy who played the Hammond and all of the original Motown tracks was there. And I sort of saw it and I was like, oh, that's amazing. He was like, come and have a play. So I actually sat on that Hammond playing through that Leslie.
Yeah,
and
it's awesome.
It's nothing like it. There's nothing like it.
I'd never heard. It's just the throw on the sound. It's just you know, you can emulate, but it's just one of those like it's a real moving thing. And
so who is that for? Did you say the Funk Brothers?
The Funk Brothers, yeah.
So that Triton you brought in that time.
That's
been used on that gig.
Yeah.
It's
Yes.
mega,
Should
innit?
have got him to sign it.
That's great. Oh,
On the mirror on the bottom.
I should have done that. Yeah, I didn't think of it.
Yeah, there we go. Just speaking of random facts, I can't remember if... I don't know where I've heard it. Maybe you heard it too, I don't know. But I heard the other day, just going back to Google, that they didn't like
Hangouts.
Google using the word Google. You know, like when you say, I'll Google it, they don't like that becoming a word, because then when it becomes a word and appears in the dictionary, it's no longer... You can use it, like, without copyright. Apparently.
Really?
Apparently.
That's interesting.
So when you say, oh, I'm just going to go on a Bing, a different search engine, I'll just Google it, they don't like you saying that, because if more people use that term, eventually it will just become Hoover or KORG for keyboards, obviously, that John was saying in Turkey or whatever. It becomes the standard word, and then everybody knows what it means, so therefore it's no longer a
It's in like common language.
It's
so
common. It's a common word. So
Surely that's the ultimate in marketing, I'd have thought, though. That
Well, yeah, because if it's there in everyone's mindset anyway, you don't really need to trademark it.
But they can't get the old money then, though, can you?
Yeah.
Anyway,
The old money.
I don't know why I was it. I
Well,
thought it
new
might
money.
have been on the podcast that you listened to, but obviously not. I can't remember. But yeah, I thought that was interesting. So yeah.
Mm.
So that was 1979.
So now
Okay.
now the question is, Luke,
Please,
have you got the jingle for 1979?
Yeah.
Oh right. Okay.
Do you want to hear it?
It's not going to be right.
1962.
So Luke's not got the right jingle.
that sounded a lot like 1962, didn't it?
No, it's 79, surely.
Do you
Play
need
it
to
again.
do you need to replay it? Is that what we're going to do? It's just
Yeah, I think we need to...
are we going to overdub here?
here we go.
Professional
Ready?
overdubbing.
No one will know.
1979.
So what happened in 1979? Now, what I thought was quite interesting is that you said about how much was was it 1,000?
1,000 something dollars.
1,000 something dollars.
I'll tell you.
Give
hang
or
on.
take.
Let me get it back up, and I'll tell you. And my iPad decides to come to life. Here we go. $1,340
Wow.
in 1970. I don't know how much that is in pounds.
Well, I can tell you now that in 1979, a Toyota Corolla cost $3,600.
really.
So it just gives you some
Cool,
kind
that's,
of idea
yeah.
of.
So you
how
could either buy
much-
two CX-3s or one of those.
Yeah. Average monthly rent was $280. So if you like times that now by what, that's
that's quite-
5-6 months worth rent there.
Hmm.
What that would equate to in today's money.
Yeah, write a
It's
jingle for this
how,
bit.
how expensive they were. So 1979 was my birth year, and also the year that Off the Wall came out.
Great album.
Also, it was the year of the Thatch, Margaret Thatcher, the Iron Lady.
The
Just made that up. Feel free to use that one.
I thought you meant like Thatch Roofs. I'm thinking
No,
I think
it's
they
a
invented
long
slightly
time
before
before
that.
that.
Yeah.
Feel free to use that one.
It's all bad. It's all like bombings and stuff. I don't want to go into
Like Vietnam and all that. Or was that
No,
before
it's
that,
all
wasn't it?
IRA bombings, and the Sahara Desert experienced snow for 30 minutes in 1979. Saddam Hussein came into power. Now, the first British nudist beach was established in Brighton.
Oh, yeah. I remember
That's
that well.
an important bit of British info.
Yeah, it is, absolutely.
Well, it's where Andy goes on his holidays every year. More bad news,
Good
more
times.
bad news, more bad news. God, there's a lot of bad news in 1979. The
Find
Walkman
some
came
good
out,
Did it?
$200.
Right. Did quite well.
The Voyager 1 spacecraft launched in 1977, and it gave its first images of the Jupiter rings in 1979.
That's cool. That's really
yeah.
cool. Yeah.
God, some of these, those are just pictures and boring.
If you were in America in the said year of 1979, if you dialed 1-800, you could get a message from C-3PO or Luke Skywalker.
There we go.
True story.
Really?
Yep, absolutely
What
true.
did it say?
I don't know, I can tell you that. I've not read that far down.
Keep
Well-
reading.
Anyway, popular culture. YMCA sues the Village People because of their song of the same name. So there you go.
Wow, there you go.
It was the death of Sid Vicious. Pink Floyd released The Wall, with the top-selling single, of course, Another Brick in the Wall. Trivial Pursuit was launched. The first modern bungee jump. Popular films of the
Sorry.
year. What?
First modern bungee jump.
Well, I don't know, the old
As
one.
opposed to
Well,
vintage.
Well, yeah,
Had
they used
LEDs
to do
on
it in
it.
Africa, didn't they? What film is it? A comedy film where they strap someone up with some... No, it wasn't comedy. It's thingy.
Idiot Abroad.
Idiot Abroad.
Yeah.
Where they lash him up with like
With vines.
vines and chuck him off a thing. And he does a bungee jump.
Right. Yeah, but
But the modern
not
bungee
in some-
jump will be on an
On a
elastic cord or whatever. It says here, the first modern bungee jumping performed by a group from the Oxford University Dangerous Sports Club jumped from the Clifton Suspension Bridge, joining England and Wales.
Wow.
Wouldn't be
Clifton
like-
Suspension Bridge.
Well,
That's
like-
amazing.
I
That's
would
an Alan
like-
Partridge reference.
I wouldn't like to be the first one to
So
try
what did
that.
they use before
I
the
have no
bungee
idea.
cords?
I haven't got all that, Luke. I'm not as prepared as you. Let's move on.
Can we have a brew and we can research this? We'll do a whole
Probably a
section on it.
Vine. Probably in Africa. Popular films of the year: Superman, Alien,
Oh, one of my faves.
Rocky 2, Amityville Horror, still the scariest book of all time, is now a film. Star Trek: The Motion Picture,
Wow.
Moonraker. There's one for
Reference
John.
Voyager in that as well.
The Muppet Movie, The Deer Hunter, Kramer versus Kramer.
Some greats.
Popular musicians and songs: Bee Gees, Rod Stewart, Gloria Gaynor, I Will Survive, Blondie, Heart of Glass,
Nice.
Michael Jackson, of course, Eagles, Commodores, Pink Floyd, The Police, Village People, Boomtown Rats. Popular TV shows: MASH, Dukes of Hazzard, Knots Landing, Dallas, Happy Days, Different Strokes, Love Boat, Charlie's Angels, and the like.
Love Boat.
Love Boat. Stop it. The Atari 400 home computer system came out at $595.
Was that the first one, or was that the
No, that
400
wasn't the
was it?
first one, but it was the one that had a tape, I believe. I can't remember. I'm not
Didn't
really
that
up on my
Atari
Atari.
console come around then?
That was 80.
Oh, that was like after that, was
Yeah.
it? Oh, fair
Yeah.
enough, yeah.
The base station transmitter. It could be used to transmit to walkie-talkie and also listen to AM radio or CBers.
Brilliant.
And that was priced at $12. That's mad, isn't it? Beanbag chairs was popular.
Bean bags.
Well, they've been
The credit card site. Look, Andy, if you want,
more than by the minute.
if you want to like do a bit of research yourself and maybe get involved,
You've got it. I'm just going to sit here and take the mickey. It's,
right.
it's
Credit
really
card
my happy
size
place.
calculator, the Starship Enterprise toy, the Speak and Spell.
Luke's gone.
And my favourite one, following the first movie release of Star Wars in 1977 and the pending release of The Empire Strikes Back, due in the next year, 1980 of course, toys from Star Wars were super popular, and this year featured the entry to that series of the Millennium Falcon toy,
That excites me so much.
which
still,
everybody
the thought of
had.
that.
I had.
I had it.
It
was
cost $24,
right.
and it just makes me feel ill. I gave all mine away.
Yeah. I did as well. I'm so gutted, and they were in really good condition just to make it worse.
Thing is, I wouldn't even want to sell them now if I had them.
No, that's the
No,
thing.
I wouldn't.
It would
either.
be. I'd be that guy with a shelf.
A shrine.
You know when
That guy with the shelf.
you know that guy.
Oh,
We all know that
Sandy,
guy.
You know that guy with the shelf.
With shelf.
With shelf.
With the shelf up lad, up ladder, get up ladder, put on shelf. You know, the guy that's still single
I don't
but is
deserve
perfectly
it.
happy.
I don't deserve it.
No, that's no.
we need
not-
to get
okay.
Pete Shaw back on. At least then it's equal
It evens
numbers.
it up a bit. Yeah.
Jesus.
Matt Longbottom has offered to come in and
I
support.
don't want
you.
Matt. Go. Where's he from? He's Hull, isn't he? Is he Hull?
Somewhere.
I don't know. I don't know. He's not. I want some.
Can't believe you did an
Lancashire.
accent.
Anyway, that's 1979. Then we move on. So to the next jingle, Luke.
Oh, okay.
If you're ready, instead
What
of
we
laughing
doing?
at my voice.
Sorry.
What do we normally do after what happened in the year?
I'm very
Oh,
excited.
sorry, yeah.
It's the
we
final.
go.
It's the final.
Yeah, because I think we need to end
2017
it.
final.
No, I think we just
Why are
need to
ending
end it.
Why are we ending
Well, we
it?
need to do a new one for
Okay.
next year. We're running out of
We've
years.
only got one name.
Yeah. Yeah, it could have been middle names
Yeah,
next.
right,
So Andy
okay.
can tell everyone his middle name's Clarence.
Yeah.
Um,
Andy Clark. I don't mind actually.
yeah.
It's not, but I'll take it.
Okay, so we're going to play the name game. Here we go.
The name game.
I really thought you were going to do the other one, so it makes me run off.
I've had enough of that one.
The name game. The name game. This is the game where we find out whose name is most popular in any given year. And it could be any year. Any year at all. The name
Right, so let me just give me
love
one
that
second
stop.
while I pull up the results.
A little stop in that jingle is my favourite thing about the podcast. That's it.
Yeah, well, you complained about the last one, so you had to.
I had to pull out
he
all
had-
the stops, as
He
it
had
were.
to change it. I still preferred the old jingle.
Yeah, Adam, it was all about the Doom one.
Amityville Horror, that one. Yeah.
Yeah. Right, Luke Edwards. Let's have a look through the emails that you've sent me recently.
Picture.
Name game score. There we go. Name game. Right.
It's
So
there.
these are the scores on the doors for the final. This is the final.
It's tense.
We should have had tension music and everything. Right then. So, Adam, I am currently on 2, 4, 6, 8, 10.
The totals at the bottom.
10.
If
Oh,
that
is it?
helps.
Right. Good. That saves me.
A bit more drama, but.
Luke is on 13.
Oh, okay. God, it's tight. Isn't it?
Andy is on 12. I'm not going to lie. This is pretty tense.
Oh my word, this is serious.
And Gary, he's on 4.
Well, he's doing well.
So,
you know,
all
you're,
to play for.
you're talking
Gary
about
could
ending
could
this.
pull it back though, because this is quite an old year now.
Yeah, Gary
So-
could be number 1.
Yeah.
Could
I
get
think-
3 points.
I think we should do double points because it's the last episode ever.
if you want,
controversial.
mate, I tell you what. if
And,
we-
unless it means that I don't win.
yeah, but if you win,
Yeah.
all it means is that your name's not like everybody's called Andy.
I don't think it
Everybody.
means that. Just so you know.
Everybody, but you know what I mean. It means that your name's just not. It's boring.
Let's just do a scientific check on that one. Hang on. Nope. So, let's do it.
I don't deserve this flat.
It's that
Tell you
jumper.
what.
It's just look at it.
Listen, I wanted to bring some festive cheer to the podcast.
And you have.
With my little jingle and my little jumper.
Yep.
You know.
You've done
I've brought
great.
some DC cheer to it.
Yeah, and Luke's brought some jingly jingles. What have you brought to this Christmas podcast?
Well, I brought my mic and borrowed a stand from next door. So it's,
Amazing. Right,
You
anyway.
did bring your lambskins though.
I did, yeah.
Yeah, which
Absolutely.
is
Lambskin.
important. Yeah.
Lambskin.
So here we go. So the final. Are we doing double points? I just need to.
I think not. No. What do you
Okay,
think?
that's fine. I'm alright with that.
So
Yeah.
I will now open
We'll just go out with a whimper. No problem.
the 1979 top baby names.
What's going to happen to Gary if we stop doing this game? Because we're the only people mentioning it. at the
Well,
moment.
it'll probably have died off by then, so it doesn't matter.
Okay.
Right, here we go. So in 100. We need some tension music.
No, it's too much.
Is Carl.
Overcooked it.
Carl
With a K or a C?
with a C.
Oh.
Right, I'm at 90. I've got Wesley.
Oh, okay. That's where he is.
84. I've got Brent.
Wow.
Classic.
74. I've got Zachary.
Okay.
73. Carlos. Here we go. Here we go. 59 is Gary. Gary's on
Gary's
the board.
on there.
Gary
Okay,
is
he's
on
made
the
it.
board.
He's got.
Okay.
So
a
well,
point,
it could have
potentially.
0 points, but depends whether we're or not.
Yeah. I don't think Luke will be there.
Do you know 1979, 2 years
2
after
years
Star
after
Wars?
Star Wars,
Don't
absolutely,
know.
yeah.
I don't know.
Oh, I'll tell you what, I don't know about that.
Darth's at 52, so
C3PO at 43. Stephen, Patrick, Chad, Brandon,
Chad,
Paul, Aaron, Mark.
middle name.
Mine as well. Is it?
Mm.
Get away. Mine's Mark as
Oh
well.
well, that game's over then. So
Yeah.
we can't do that one then.
Oh, I'm in there. 23.
Ooh.
I'm in there. 23. So it's getting tense.
So you're in. Yeah. So
I'm currently in first,
first at the moment. Yeah.
which means I'll have tied the lead.
Well, are you on 10 points?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Eric at 17. William at 13. Joseph at 11.
I've never actually been this tense, but
Brian at number 10. Joshua, Robert, John, Matthew at 6.
I'm not feeling
James
good.
is 5. 4 is David. 3 is Jason. 2 is Christopher. And at number 1, it's Michael.
No.
Andy, Luke's not in it. But
Oh,
Andy's
sorry.
not.
Andy is there. Sorry. Andy is there at 20.
Oh, okay.
20. So you have won.
And I'm nowhere.
Luke is nowhere to be seen.
So Andy has won the overall championship of the main game.
Yeah. So scores on the doors. So that gives me 2 points. Gives Luke 0 points. Gives Andy 3 points. and Gary 1 point.
Gary beat me.
Is it? No, he didn't.
He did it
So
this time.
final scores on the doors. Is these adding up? Have you put actual?
There's a calculation in it. There
Are
should
you
be.
sure?
Well, there is on my one.
Yes, there
This
is.
is great.
Yeah.
This is brilliant.
Final scores on the doors. In last place was Gary with 5 points.
Thanks
then
for playing.
me at 12. Luke at 13. And Andy, of course, at 15. So
I win, but I also lose at the same time.
Because
Such a
everyone is
common
called
name.
Andy.
Yep.
Yeah.
So that is the final episode of the name game.
I can't believe it's the end.
No, I'm going to do a new game.
Oh, okay.
I don't know what it is yet, so I need to. If you've
You've got
any
thinking
game
cap on.
suggestions that we can run with the years that we're doing, please send me a direct message on Twitter so these guys don't see it. So that's at Adam KORG UK. Send me a little cheeky message,
I like it. I like your
and
style.
we'll see what we can come up with for January.
That'll be good.
There we go.
So that's the end of 1979.
Yeah.
Wow.
So shall we have another little break?
Have a little brew.
Yeah.
Breakaroo, and then we'll
We
be
can
back.
do some other stuff like gear goggles.
Indeed. See you in a bit. Right.
I was going to sing We Were Rocky then, but I thought no.
This is actually going in, Andy. just
Oh,
so-
good. Okay.
That's Andy's Freddie
Just
Mercury
gonna stop
impression
that.
there. Mama just killed a man. Put a gun against his head.
I can't believe you're taking the mickey out of me.
Trigger
Cockney
nasty.
Freddie Mercury.
Mama,
Life has just begun.
Anyway, welcome
Wow.
back. Gear goggles.
Whiskey.
Do we have a jingle?
Jingle it up.
So here we are, gear goggles.
Wow, it's as if those jingle bells are actually on the track.
Listen,
Perfectly mixed.
it's fantastic. Right, who've we got?
I like the fact the knee was going.
Who have we got?
Alan Shakira. No, wasn't it?
Andy didn't know who Shakira was, as we discussed in our little break.
It's more a case of I didn't know there was just one, but I suppose I should have made that assumption. But
She's not going to win the name game, that's for sure.
no.
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 Playing a
What's she
macro
doing?
guess.
Macro, yes, yeah.
Who else have we got?
We've got Marvin Holly, MD for Jack and Jack. He's touring with his favourite KORG gear, including the Kronos and, again, the microKORG.
Excellent. We've got Pete Shaw.
Sure.
We spotted playing
Shocker.
PA4.
playing PA4X. It's got to be in there.
Yeah.
He's a major celeb.
It is.
Peter Daly on Kronos,
Yeah.
Blow My Faith, Radio 2 in concert.
Yeah.
Adam Wakeman there with the
Why have you put that in there?
which one?
4 hedgehogs feasting on honey. Why is that in there?
That's a Bill Bailey reference. Who
We have
That's
a
fine.
we have a little group, you see, where wherever we spot things, we put in it. And anyway,
And that
moving on.
was random.
Yep, it was random, but
Oh, we've got some double KORG Kronos action in the studio.
Mr. Wakeman, yeah,
With Adam Wakeman. Oh, what's he doing? Oh, Natalie Imbruglia. He's doing
Yeah.
it.
that's cool.
European
She's torn.
dates.
Very nice.
She is.
Rachel Gay Collier as well, rocking that King KORG.
Yeah, she's all over it. Who's next? Oh, Bill Sharp, Shack Attack.
Look at that.
So, if those of you who remember Shack Attack from the 80s, Bill Sharp is the keyboard player. He's a great keyboard player. He's actually, at the moment, he's checking out the Grand Stage. He's trying it out and he loves it. And he did a nice little Facebook post about it. And he's also got an ARP Odyssey, which,
Yeah.
factoid.
In fact, sorry, the original Odyssey was the synth he used on Nightbirds.
Yes.
That's
How
very
cool is
cool. What a lovely little setup as well. Very nice.
Charlie Puth performs with the Grand Stage.
Yeah, he's been everywhere on that
Yeah,
thing,
yes,
hasn't he?
yeah.
Peter Daly. Oh, he's also got a Cross 2. Peter
right,
Daly.
I didn't realise that.
Yeah, so he was. Yeah, I showed him that and he loved it, so he bought it. Howard Jones on the Arco 100S. He's been doing his tour.
Mm-hmm.
He's been doing well with that. Who else we got? Andy.
Just looking through now, while my phone doesn't crash. Right, who we got
Oh,
here?
George
Peter Daly
Spennywin.
again.
I've got.
George Spennywin. That's exciting. What's he doing?
He's. Oh no, he's posted it. Sorry. This is a person.
So those who don't know, George works in our sales office.
He does,
And George
He's the man with
is,
ladies' hair.
Is a
Yeah.
drummer, very
Mm.
good drummer with his band. And he said, I stood in for a one-off gig with my old band, and we were supported by Courage My Love last night, and we're on tour from Canada. I noticed that they're using a microKORG, so I asked if I could get a picture, and there he is. There she is, rather, with her little microKORG. So thanks for that, George.
We've got Andy Grammer. He's on. He's some guy from the US, and he is playing an SV1 and Kronos. He's using it on his new album, The Good Parts, which dropped Friday.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Peter Daly again.
And the final one, I think, is Hue and Cry, using the SV1 on TV.
I'll tell you what I found quite
BBC
funny.
sessions. That's good. Yeah.
You may have noticed this yourselves, you may not, but I've found it quite funny that when you watch programs like The X Factor,
Yeah.
that you generally have a certain couple of brands or whatever that's in your face all the way through the series.
Yeah.
And they're used to mime for whenever
Absolutely.
the band
There's a
are
Roland
on.
V-synth that's been on there for about 10 years.
Yeah. So
Which is
whenever
never
I
plugged
didn't
in.
want to name drop, Luke, as soon as you're doing
Sorry.
that. So so for example,
And it was also
one of the
funny as-
artists. So
sorry,
obviously one of the contestants is singing live, and part of their act is that they've got a fake band behind them doing a bit.
Mm.
So it's always like, Luke said Roland or Yama or whatever. But whenever the artists come on, Paloma Faith or whoever, and they're playing live,
They're actually playing.
they play
instruments.
KORG. It's
Yeah.
really funny.
Yeah.
Every time I always found that really funny.
What was particularly amusing, just to go back to that V-synth thing, is that they sometimes use it for like piano sounds and stuff.
Yeah.
And there's no way that
But
that
the
piano
annoying
sound
thing
comes
is,
out of that
right,
instrument.
if you're going to mime, that's fine.
Yeah.
No, it's not fine. And that's completely not true. But what I mean is,
That's like what
if
you
you're
do.
going to mime, for whatever reason that may be, plug your keyboard in, mate.
Yeah.
Come on,
Yeah.
it's not difficult. Plug a lead in it, at least.
It feels like that they've gone to a lot of effort to get it to
You
that
haven't even
point.
got a kettle lead in it. I mean,
I've
He's
got
gone into a rant now.
I've got a
don't
friend.
get me started.
I've got a friend who is a fantastic drummer, like one of the best I've ever heard, and heard lots of. But he's really pro, and he got asked to cover the drummer that would be like the pretend band in the background. So he went and did that. Got paid fairly well for it, but was told just play, but you have to play really lightly and make it look like you're not that good. And it's like, why are you getting someone? It was very bizarre, but
make him look not good.
Did he do like a Nirvana on top of the Pops, where they did it all in slow motion?
Oh yeah,
That's brilliant. That.
yeah, just faking around with something like that. But it's, there we go.
So anyway, so that's Gear Goggles.
Yes.
What are we on to next, Luke? Oh, do we need I bet you've not jingle belled up the downloads.
I
have you?
haven't, and it's very short, so you better
Hang on,
get
just
ready.
Whoa. Hang on a minute.
You're just going to shake it about.
I need
now.
to get my jingle stick out.
Oh, of course. What about the downloads, though?
What?
Get the
We're
downloads
actually
ready.
finding what downloads there are.
Oh yeah. Well, you can do that. Andy,
Do you remember what happened last time I tried to look for the downloads?
Yeah,
Do you remember that?
forever.
Took forever to actually
let's-
download
let's-
it.
Well, that's my jingle stick ready.
Downloads.
Here comes the jingle then. Ready?
Oh, hang on. No, I'm not ready. Right.
Ready?
Hang on. Let me just check it works. There we go. I'm
Oh,
ready.
yes.
That's
Let's go.
through the
Time.
that is,
There we
Amazing.
go. So
Wow.
while we've got this jingle on, do we know what downloads we've got?
Well, the first one I'll talk about while you're finding the actual downloads is the gadget update.
Yeah.
Because it is a download. And it's quite a substantial update. Let me just find it here. So in there you get 3 new plugins, if you like. So you get Vancouver, you get Lisbon, and you get D-Max. And I just love these 3D renders
They're cool, aren't they? I saw
they've
them.
done. So
have you listened to any of those yet?
yeah, they're
As
amazing.
well? Really good.
If you go to
Really, really
SoundCloud
good.
and just type in KORG Gadget, you can hear audio demos of these. In fact, I might put some of them in the gaps.
Just wait.
In the breaks.
Just wait. Get
Yeah.
it on your Switch. That's what you need to do. Get it on the
Yeah,
Switch.
you can get it on your Switch if you want. So obviously you can get this on Mac now and the iOS version.
Soon for Switch. Coming spring
Yeah.
2018.
So it's coming out on the Switch, believe it or not. Yeah.
That's very exciting.
Another piece of download
On the Switch.
information is obviously we mentioned a month or two ago that me and Luke had created a piece of software called Osimo for the
Osimo.
PA4X.
Yes.
Very impressive.
We're now on version 1.1.
Yes.
What's the difference? Well, it's exactly the same, but we've given you more stuff.
Yeah.
So anybody that's got a PA4X, go to korgworld.co.uk.
I don't think the value is fully understood yet, possibly by everyone listening maybe, but even the people here, the value that you actually doing it yourselves.
Well, you see.
Yeah.
I don't want to be too
Dedication
complimentary
you
about
get.
you because obviously that's
Yeah.
not my role here,
No, that's
but
what you
the
get.
But we are indispensable.
but you are indispensable, and
That's the dedication you get from me and Luke.
but it's very good.
But
Very,
anyway,
very good.
speaking of dedication, Andy should be ready with the downloads now.
I've actually got some, and there are quite a few here. So,
All right, hey, here we go.
Yeah.
Shall we play the jingle again?
If-
Build you
if-
up a
if-
little
if-
bit.
if you want what we do now.
You
This is
ready?
Andy's bit now. Here we go.
Okay. Right. You ready?
Yeah.
Okay, that's good.
Born ready.
Right, there is a software update for the AudioGate 4,
Okay.
the DS DAC setup, and it's version 4.0.3.
Okay.
Well, that's had a few updates then.
Yeah.
Calm down. Okay. There is also a software update for the DS DAC 10R, 4.0.3.
Oh, so that one's slightly behind.
That's a little bit back, yeah. There are 4 other updates
Right. Okay.
for those products,
Wow.
which are basically the same. So we're going to ignore those. There is now a manual available as well for the TM60C. So we'll rush out and get that one.
What is
Sorry,
that?
Andy. What is it? Is that a tuner?
Yeah, I believe so, yeah. A very popular one. And there are 2 new manuals that have come out as well. One for the DDD1
Yep.
and one for the Trinity, apparently. So sorry it's been a while, but that's out there now.
It
But it's
took them 18 years.
there's. I can only assume that's like have they remastered it? Is it now available in 4K? But that's that is the full list of downloads. So it's
honestly
it's up there with the news, isn't it? So,
It's the Trinity.
Listen, you. I could have done it that way, but I chose not to. But
So there we go. So that's the final downloads of the year.
Quite amazing.
So
it's basically the DS DAC. If anyone actually has one, it's just for all your new Mac operating system. So it will run with those.
okay. Great. Thanks for that, Andy.
No problem, buddy.
Oh dear. So
we need to end this now.
January is swiftly approaching. I don't know when we're going to do a podcast in January, because the problem that you will always have is that we'll release a podcast in January and we'll have nothing to say, and then a lot of stuff will happen, I imagine, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Because we've obviously got the thing that
NAMM
John was
show.
talking about, the NAMM show, etc.
Mhm.
So we're expecting something to happen. So we'll probably end up really, So I think we may delay it. We may do 2. Who knows what we're going to do? But boy, will it be worth it. That's all I'm saying.
Just keep your eyes and ears
So-
open for that.
I don't know if the videos worked. So you may be able to check us out on YouTube. You may not. I don't know. We'll find out.
If not, you've missed the dance routine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If it has worked, you'll know where I am.
Yeah. So that's that. Well, I don't know what the YouTube channel's going to be. Probably microKAST.
That would be quite a good name for it, I'd have thought.
It might be KORG. I
Catchy.
don't know. We're not going to put it on the KORG. We're not going to put it on the KORG YouTube channel. Are we?
No, we're having our own channel.
Yeah, we don't want to be associated.
No,
with,
there's...
We have our own identity.
Yeah.
Anyway,
We'll
so
put it
yeah,
on the
so
Yamaha channel, actually.
yeah, we'll probably be on the we'll probably be microKAST on YouTube. Don't forget, please send us a review. Put it on iTunes. Give us 5 stars,
Yes.
please. No more staff in the warehouse. Leave us reviews. Oh, it was quite funny though.
We did like it.
So thank you again to Josh for that.
Just before we go, I want to just tell a little story about my T-shirt. Now, the reason I'm wearing a Superman T-shirt today is because Andy has given me a nickname.
I didn't. Wasn't
Well, someone did, which is...
No, it was in the sales meeting.
Was it?
Someone called you it in the sales meeting.
Okay, well, anyway...
And we all laughed and went, we're going to call you that
Wasn't
forever.
it Richard? I think Richard said, wasn't
No,
it?
it was it not
Oh,
Rob?
it might have been Ricky, actually.
Okay.
Anyway, it doesn't matter who
It
it
doesn't
was. His nickname was Super Fingers. So I thought it was quite funny. But anyway...
It's also
So,
true, Luke. It's also true.
I get to my hotel the other day. Andy has booked me a room, and I'm checking in, and I say, okay, what's your surname? Edwards. Sorry, sir, we can't find that booking.
Oh, you did.
Okay. It was booked by Andy Pullen. Can you please try and find it? And then they bring up this card, and it says, Luke Superfinger Edwards. So I had to endure that embarrassment at the check-in desk. So thanks. For
I
that,
wish I
mate.
could have seen it. I really do. Just watching from the other side of the room. But no, it's
That's funny.
it was entertaining enough just at the point of booking, frankly. So just knowing that would come up.
That
But
is quite funny.
And it actually says that on my receipt. So when I hand it into expenses, got to get it all over again. So anyway,
Excellent.
There we
Merry
go.
Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
So, on that bombshell, thank you again. So another year has passed.
Indeed.
Where we're still
Wow.
live operating the microKAST.
Yeah, we've done it.
We've done it. I don't know how we're doing it, but we're still going.
And the next episode's a momentous one, number 20, isn't it?
20.
Yeah.
20 and the
Yeah.
start of a new series. Can we call it a new series?
Why
Can
do
we
you
do
keep
that?
going on about new series?
New series. New.
We need to just end-
It?
On a cliffhanger, and then it'd be like, oh my god, what's happened?
Yeah. What has
I
happened?
don't know.
Well, the warehouse is there. We could do like a no, not that, and then and it pauses.
Yeah.
The 3 of them were never seen again.
So don't
Well, the
forget.
MS-20 behind Adam's just like slowly
yeah,
falling
you
down.
can contact us at microKAST on Twitter, or at KORG Luke, or at Adam KORG UK, or at Andy KORG UK. Instagram, what's happening on Instagram, Andy? You've been...
We're posting. People are messaging me on that as well, actually. They're putting little posts in and
Nice.
videos and all sorts
You
of
get
stuff.
some nice
so,
feedback on
yeah,
there.
absolutely. Yeah.
Cool. That's pretty cool.
Just search microkast or hashtag microkast and we'll see that on there
And
as
you'll
well.
see us there, microkast with a K, don't forget. And that's it. Another year is over. All that remains is for us to say Happy Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Get the jingle bells when you say it next time.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
I'll get it ready now.
Get the full effect.
Ready. I'm getting the full effect going. So, Merry Christmas.
And we've
I
got
hope you have a fantastic Christmas and Santa brings you lots of KORG goodies in your stocking. Yeah, what is this I need to...
it's a video we're going to play out with.
Oh, we're playing out with a video.
Oh, look at that.
Because
that's cool.
Because we're on video, we thought
Hey,
we'd...
that's great. What
put
is
a
it?
video.
Tell us about
It
it.
is Dean Forrest and Adjoa from Backbeat Sound System. So they did a video for us here at KORG
Ah, wicked.
on the microKORG, and he had this really cool little talk box thing he was doing, and he's got a monologue, and it's a brilliant track. So I hope you enjoy it. And for those of you watching on video, you'll be able to see the video as well.
Ah,
and if you're not, it's fine because you can listen to the audio and it sounds great anyway.
There you
So
go.
There we go. Great.
So anyway, there's my little jingle bells. For final time, I'm going to delete this app because it's rubbish. And we'll see you in the new year. Thank you very much.
See you then.
See you soon.
See ya.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Gotta get up now, baby. Ooh, higher ground. I know it's been a long time coming. Hear the sweetest sound. I see the fire burning too. And love with on. Hit the ground and now I gotta get running.